Connected, yet alone, how technology deepens our loneliness. We live in an age where reaching someone on the other side of the world takes just a few taps. We can video chat with relatives we haven't seen in years, join online communities based on our hobbies, and stay informed about the lives of hundreds, even thousands, of people. This is something that would have sounded like science fiction just a few decades ago. And yet, in this remarkable age of hyperconnectivity, so many of us feel more isolated than ever. It's not the kind of loneliness that's easy to spot. It's not always about sitting alone in a room. It's something quieter, subtler. It's the loneliness of being surrounded by messages, pings, photos, but not feeling truly touched by any of them. It's the ache of seeing everyone's life move forward while you're silently stuck. It's feeling invisible, even as your phone buzzes non-stop. This is the silent paradox of our time. We're always connected, but somehow, we feel deeply alone. The illusion of closeness. When you open a social media app, what do you see? A flood of faces. Celebrations. Vacations. Perfectly plated meals and polished smiles. Moments edited to appear effortless, joyful, and ideal. It feels like connection, doesn't it? People sharing their lives, with you, with the world. You scroll and you see your friends, your family, your colleagues. It gives the sense that you're a part of something bigger, a web of relationships, of belonging. But under the surface, something's missing. What we're seeing isn't life, it's a version of life. Curated. Selected. Filtered. Trimmed of awkward silences, doubts, boredom, or sadness. We're shown highlights, not the full story. And when we compare our behind-the-scenes to someone else's highlight reel, we begin to feel inadequate, isolated, even though we're more connected than ever. A double tap. A heart. Maybe a comment, "You look amazing," or "Congrats." It's interaction, but is it connection? Where are the conversations that take time, the ones that unfold slowly? Where are the moments where someone just sits with you, listens without rushing to respond or judge? Those moments where silence is shared and still meaningful. In our online world, vulnerability is often masked. We hesitate to share the messy parts of ourselves. The uncertainty, the sadness, the loneliness. Because we fear judgment, or simply because they don't perform well. So we begin to curate our own lives too. We post the best moments, wait for likes, and hope it means something. But when the dopamine fades, we often feel emptier than before. We start measuring our value in metrics. How many followers, how many views, how many replies in under a minute. And slowly, quietly, we become disconnected from ourselves. But real connection isn't built on numbers. It doesn't rely on Wi-Fi or screens. True closeness comes from being seen, fully. It comes from feeling heard, not just noticed. It's built in quiet moments, in shared vulnerability, in trust that grows over time. Without those deeper layers, what we're left with is a simulation. A digital version of closeness that tricks our brain. But not our heart. We may have hundreds of contacts, but still feel no one really knows us. And that's the illusion, we're always connected, but sometimes, we've never felt more alone. The comparison trap. Each time we scroll, we are stepping into a kind of digital hall of mirrors. But these aren't ordinary mirrors. They don't reflect who we truly are, or who others really are. They reflect ideals, exaggerations, fragments carefully chosen to impress. And just like in a funhouse, what we see is distorted. We're shown only the brightest, loudest, most polished parts of other people's lives, beach vacations under golden skies, romantic moments caught in perfect lighting, career wins framed like movie posters, new homes, new cars, new adventures. They flash before our eyes like a highlight reel of a life we're not living. Even when we know these images don't show the full picture. Even when we remind ourselves that everyone has struggles. It's hard not to feel like we're falling behind. A quiet voice in the back of our mind starts to whisper, "Why isn't my life like that?" Why don't I look that confident, that successful, that loved? Am I missing something? We forget that most people only show the moments they've polished. The wins, not the losses, the laughter, not the arguments, the vacations, not the debt. What we don't see are the tears behind the smiles, the doubts behind the achievements, the hours of loneliness behind the perfectly lit selfies. But here's the tricky part, our minds are not always good at separating truth from appearance. We consume these images passively, and slowly, our brains start forming silent comparisons. Not logical ones, emotional ones. We start to feel like we're not measuring up. Like our lives are dull, messy, or somehow wrong. Even our normal days, the quiet routines, the slow mornings, the small victories, start to feel like failures compared to someone else's curated success. And this is where the comparison trap deepens. When we feel that everyone else is doing better than we are, we begin to retreat into ourselves. We feel ashamed, as if we have nothing worth sharing. We stop reaching out to friends, not because we don't care, but because we feel we don't compare. We feel behind. Embarrassed. Isolated. And in that space of shame, a deeper kind of loneliness begins to grow. The kind that tells us we don't belong. But the truth is, everyone has their struggles. Most people simply don't share them. You are not the only one feeling uncertain, lost, or stuck. You are not alone, even if the internet sometimes makes you feel that way. The comparison trap is powerful, but it's not unbreakable. It starts to lose its grip the moment we remember, we're not seeing the full picture, not of others, and not even of ourselves. And that's okay. The noise that replaces silence. There used to be value in stillness. Moments of quiet, sitting by a window, walking through a forest, simply lying in bed and letting thoughts wander. But now, silence feels uncomfortable. We fill it instantly, with videos, podcasts, playlists, endless content. Our phones become shields. Not just from boredom, but from reflection. Whenever an uncomfortable emotion rises, sadness, anxiety, restlessness, we reach for a distraction. And in doing so, we avoid the very thoughts that need our attention. We don't let ourselves process. We don't let ourselves feel. And eventually, we start to lose touch with who we really are. Loneliness isn't just about missing people. It's about missing yourself. Because you've been too distracted to notice your own voice. True connection begins inward. And to rebuild that inner connection, we must learn to be with ourselves again. Without a screen in between, digital togetherness versus real connection. You can sit beside someone you love, and still feel miles apart. Two people. One couch. 4 eyes. 2 screens. No words. It's a quiet drift. Subtle, slow, but powerful. Real connection isn't convenient. It takes intention. It means looking someone in the eyes, listening fully, and resisting the urge to check your phone every 5 seconds. It means being open. Vulnerable. Letting others see the messy, honest parts of you. Not everything can be texted. Some things need to be felt, in voice, in silence, in shared presence. Even one true connection, one person who gets you, with whom you don't have to pretend, can change everything. A gentle return. So, what can we do? Start small. Try turning your phone off for 1 hour each evening. Take a slow walk, without headphones. Call someone and ask, "How are you, really?" Notice how often you reach for your device when you feel bored or anxious. And most importantly, be gentle with yourself. This isn't about shame. It's not about guilt. It's about waking up to something deeper. A longing for real, warm, human closeness. You deserve to feel seen. You deserve real presence. And it's not too late to rediscover it. If this video resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Here, we slow down. We explore feelings that are often left unspoken. And we remind each other that being human is complex. But we don't have to go through it alone. There's beauty in reflection. And there's comfort in knowing others feel the same way. Thank you for spending this moment with me. I truly appreciate your presence. Until next time. Take care of yourself. And remember, you are not alone.